good evening right around the country. Strap yourselves in and welcome to the war as the countdown to election 2007 is finally underway. And what a contest it's shaping up to be.
Yes, yes. Let's have a look at the major players and how they've pitched themselves to voters. First up, we had Kevin Rudd offering new leadership. Then on Sunday, we had John Howard offering the right leadership. Then Rudd came back offering extreme right leadership. So it's a real seesaw battle at this stage for the Conservative vote.
It is. And tax and employment have dominated the first week of the campaign. Howard says he's created more jobs than any other Prime Minister.
Yeah, more jobs, but that's only because under work choices, people have to work 3 jobs to make a living.
Sure. And I must admit, I was a little bit worried this weekend when Howard made this statement.
I see unemployment under a future coalition government as having a 3 in front of it.
So he's obviously planning an unemployment rate of 34%.
Yeah, but look, 34% unemployment, that is a new idea.
It is.
I mean, how can people say that Howard's out of new ideas? He even had a new idea about what the official interest rate is.
The official reserve bank
well,
interest rate?
I've given you, well, it's 6.25.
6.5, actually. Prime Minister, it's going to be an interesting 6 weeks. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
6.25, 6.5, let's not quibble. I mean, Howard's always been committed to lowering interest rates anyway.
Especially in his mind. Interest rates are incredibly low in his memory.
Very low. But you see also that John Howard has laid down the gauntlet to Rudd for a debate this Sunday. Now, as always, there's been the usual haggling over the format of the debate. Howard wants the debate at the Great Hall in Parliament House this Sunday, while Rudd says he'd prefer a comedy debate on Channel 10 against Libby Gore.
But, Chris, what I've been loving so far in this campaign is the compulsory blue backdrop.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Howard and Rudd don't go anywhere or say anything without a blue backdrop behind them.
I know, those backdrops are everywhere, and they're also very useful for checking out what your slogan is in case you forget it, as Peter Costello did last Monday.
This is part of our Go for Growth strategy.
That's right, yep.
Check.
Costello's got a slogan backdrop for everything. I mean, even when he announced he wouldn't challenge John Howard for the leadership.
Look, you can laugh at Costello if you want, but I've got to say, compared to Howard, he's got a much better sense of direction when it comes to leaving a room.
Which way? No, this way.
Oh, he's good. He's good. Could that be a metaphor for Howard's inability to make a timely exit?
Yes, well, if the polls are any indication, Howard's facing a massive wipeout at this election. He must be kicking himself that last year he didn't retire while he was still on top.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm sure if he could go back in time, he'd do things very differently. I mean, I reckon he'd almost certainly choose to retire if he could rewind the clock.
Yeah, all he needs is a time machine. He just needs, you know, like that crazy Doc guy from Back to the Future. Then he'd be fine.
Great Scott, Prime Minister, I brought the DeLorean. I've seen the future. We can go back in time. We can go back a year ago to a time when you could retire on top. Get in the DeLorean, we can go back. You can choose the end. All we need is nuclear power, and it can go back in time. You've got nuclear power, get in, Prime Minister. Seriously, this is the only opportunity. Or we can go back in time, get rid of work choices, and then you can win anyway. Come on, Prime Minister. Only the flux capacitor can save us now, Prime Minister. It'll change the history books. You love the history. Kids in year 9 and 10 learning about the Prime Minister that stood down at the right time. It's the only chance, Prime Minister. We'll go back to the future. We'll get the legacy. We'll fix it.
This month, the Workplace Relations Minister, Joe Hockey, wants you to join him to celebrate Hocktober. Now drafting an even less fair mix of work choices laws, with never more than 2 unfair dismissals in a row. And look out for our cool sack thunders, cruising the workplaces, giving Aussie workers the old heave-ho. Hocktober, you'll never know who will sack next.
Attention shoppers, we have a very special offer in store today. For the next 5 seconds, absolutely everything in store is free. That's right, no charge at all, absolutely free for the next... Actually, sorry, that offer has concluded. Thank you very much for your attention.
Attention passengers, the next train to arrive on platform 1 will be disgracefully late. It'll arrive in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, Not really sure. I don't know why we bother printing timetables, actually. Good luck with your travels. Just making a timetabling announcement. Okay, cheers.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
Sorry, is there a problem? No. It's just the karaoke place down the road's full, so I just love singing. Is that okay?
These vagabonds.
Can't? No, it's just can't touch it. Can't touch it? No, okay, all right. I was just trying to entertain everyone.
As you know, Jules, I'm not a very good sleeper. I only get about 4 or 5 hours a night, if that. But I've been reading lots of studies lately that say a 20-minute power nap in the middle of the day can make a real difference.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone in the government swears by them. You often see Peter Costello and the Prime Minister squeezing a nap in whenever they can.
Yeah, but maybe so, but finding time for a nap is another thing altogether. Often you've just got to have them on the run, no matter where you happen to be. Can I please have a turkey and cranberry deli roll, please?
Oh, it's going to be 1 minute wait.
1 minute wait? That's perfect. Thanks. Oh, sorry. I think you're about 30 seconds early. I think you're about 30 seconds early. They said I could have a 1 minute break.
Get off my front counter, please.
Don't lie in my cab.
Oh, sorry, dude. I like the warmth of the bonnet. Can you just turn the engine on? The vibrations help me sleep. It really comforts me. Excuse me, would you mind just telling me when this goes off in a couple of minutes? Thanks. Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, I'm just having a little nap. Yeah, just trip over me. Sweet. Would you mind sitting back down? This is quite uncomfortable. Thanks. Thanks, mate.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Talking to people about Jesus Christ.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, what about it?
The church that Jesus Christ had when he was on the earth, that same church is now restored.
So an angel of God led him to the ancient record, a picture of the world's greats. So through the power of God, Joseph Smith was able to translate this book. And as we read this, we can find its truthfulness as we pray about it.
Sorry, keep going. I'm listening.
Andrew, there seems to be a new trend in musical theatre where very gritty, serious movies are being turned into feel-good musicals.
Yeah, well, there's a couple on at the moment, actually. Dead Man Walking, based on the famous Death Row movie. Billy Elliot, about the struggles of a boy and his family affected by layoffs in a working-class mining town.
Wonderful subjects for a toe-tapping musical, and I'm pleased to say that it's not all one-way traffic. No, the trend's now being reversed as serious filmmakers are finally starting to turn feel-good musicals like Cats into gritty social dramas.
From acclaimed director Ken Loach.
They're closing the factory. I've been laid off.
Comes a story of hardship.
I don't have enough money to put mice on my own family's table. Do you know how that feels?
Of hope.
Why will a strike make a difference?
Because Jellicles can and Jellicles do. Jellicles do and Jellicles can.
And the search for a home.
Old Deuteronomy is a scab. He deserves to die!
Yes! Yeah! Based on the musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
You're talking about this! The pigs just shot Mr. Mistopheles! It's okay. He's got 9 lives. No, they shot him 9 times! Fucker Thatcher!
Cats. Coming soon to cinemas everywhere.
The liquidation and corporations laws provisions that might cover the failure of that company.
Minister, you've spoken about the unemployment figures, but in Science and Nature, what sort of creature is an Abbott's booby?
I don't want to speculate on that.
It's just straight down the line, Science and Nature.
Oh, no, I tell you, I don't want to speculate on a booby.
Okay.
How did you get out on day? Are you on day release?
No, my bail allows me to be here. The correct answer is, in fact, bird. It's a type of bird. I believe it's part of the galah family.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Election Watch this week takes a look at the thorny issue of reconciliation. It's a timely topic and we're pleased to present for you this easy-to-follow primer on the history of Indigenous relations in this country.
Aborigines have been in Australia for over 50,000 years, which is almost as long as this man's been Prime Minister. For centuries, they lived off the land, mastering the arts of fishing, hunting and hosting lifestyle programs.
They've developed rich Dreamtime folklore in which their land was created by a big snake. Not quite that big a snake. Thank you. And their Dreamtime tradition of telling stories and fables continues in court cases today.
But with the advent of Europeans, everything changed. We forced Aborigines out of their traditional life and into clothes that must have felt strange and awkward. We took children from their parents, saying it was for their benefit. Although there are some parents who should lose their kids.
By the late 20th century, the winds were changing. Aborigines had reaped the benefits of voting rights, and a special body was established that specially focused on Aboriginal grievances.
Aborigines soon became so popular that even white men were claiming to be one. But Australia's Indigenous people demanded more. In fact, they couldn't be shut up.
Enter John Howard. Now, the Prime Minister has always had a love-hate relationship with Aboriginal people. He loves the ones who can play rugby and hates the rest.
For his first 10 years in office, the Prime Minister never seemed to understand the annihilation Australia's Indigenous people have suffered. But this year, the Prime Minister has begun to understand annihilation. So he's now pushing for change.
Alarming reports of child sexual abuse forced the government this year to send the army into areas where the abuse was most prevalent. No, not there. No, not there. There we go, thank you.
And this week, the Prime Minister committed himself to real changes, like pushing for Aborigines to be mentioned in the Constitution preamble, elevating them to the same national significance as British ships, the Privy Council and New Zealand. Now, that is progress.
But there is still one word that John Howard refuses to say, and it's the one word that Aborigines most want to hear pass his lips more than anything. That's Election Watch.
Hi, I'm Kevin Rudd. A significant majority of Australians have now concluded that the current government is stale.
We, the opposition, have provided in principle bipartisan support for those measures.
Because of this, they're looking to me and my Labor colleagues to bring fresh ideas to the table.
The course of action which has been outlined by Mr Howard, I'm prepared to support.
But Mr Howard in particular has lost touch and has run out of constructive ideas for the future.
I am with him 100% of the way.
I ask for your support to bring in a fresh government.
Sometimes in politics, great minds think alike.
Kevin Rudd.
New leadership.
Written and authorised by J. Howard, spoken by K. Rudd after checking with J. Howard.
Well,
With an election in the air, the fixes are needed more than ever, and the first problem on our hands this week is Peter Garrett.
Yes, talk about a man who's sold out on all his principles. This is the guy who used to head the Conservation Foundation, and he's now just supported the controversial pulp mill in Tasmania.
Yeah, well, he's basically just done a U-turn on everything that he stood for during the Midnight Oil days. He's even redesigned his clothes.
I blame politics, so I think he's no longer telling us what he really thinks deep down.
Yeah, but maybe there's another way to get him to speak his own mind again.
Peter, how you doing?
I'm really good.
Oh, that's good. Look, we know you've done a few flip-flops since quitting music.
You've written a song for us.
No, well, it's actually one of yours, because we've realised that you're only going to speak your mind when there's a band behind you. So, 3, 4... Now, come and tell us what you really think about the Aborigines. We've got Beds Are Burning. Oh, come on, Peter. The pulp mills, the mining... And I'll start you off.
On to the next problem, and it's a rip-off memorabilia.
Oh, yeah, with summer coming around the corner, you know it's just a matter of time before Channel 9 will be flogging cricket memorabilia left, right and centre.
Yeah, stuff like this panoramic photo commemorating Warnie's 500th woman. It's great stuff, but they do charge a bomb for it.
Yeah, it's highway robbery, and, you know, football memorabilia is just as expensive.
But there's a cheaper way to get your hands on authentic sports memorabilia, like your favourite player's jersey. You just have to know where to get it.
Yeah, that's right. So these sports stars are travelling on planes all the time, and so they've got their gear in their bags. All you got to do is beat them to the baggage carousel, and the memorabilia's yours for free.
So then.
Hello.
Oh, here we go. Here, count me. That's us. That's us. It's mine.
Is that your other bag? Yeah.
My bag.
Yeah.
Oh, and my bag.
Oh. Might need another trolley, mate. Oh, I got a few more bags to come. Got about 11 more. It's my bag as well.
My bag.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. You've done well.
What do you mean, mate? This is ours.
This is our stuff, mate.
I'm Jonathan Thurston.
My name's number 15.
This is number 15. I can vouch for number 15.
Well, we'll just take our bags and go.
We'll just be out of your way. Just, can you get Jonathan Thurston to sign my undies?
Yeah.
Because it's an extra $50 on eBay if they're signed.
Cheers.
Is that all right?
You can do that.
Sweet. Thanks very much. I think we're getting away. All right, next cab off the problem rank is skin cancer.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people are still hell-bent on getting a good tan, so they use things like solariums, even though they can lead to cancer too.
Yeah, well, the recent death of Claire Oliver highlighted the dangers of solariums. But are solarium users really aware of the risks? To help out, we created a new one-stop solarium. Got a new product for you. Great new tanning solution for you. There it is. Beautiful tanning unit. Specifically designed to help customers know the risks of the process.
That's lovely.
Would you like to install it in your facility?
No, we're right.
You sure?
Yeah.
Get a hold of the Cancerium 3000. You want to try it? No? You don't want to give it a go? No, they've got UV in them, 20% more than the sun's light and 20% more melanomas.
We're not interested.
You don't want it?
No.
Thank you.
We've got a special offer at the moment. Fry before you die.
No, piss off.
Okay, all right, no worries. Just trying to help the industry. Would you like to have a go? It's perfect.
Coffin, man.
Yeah, no, it's got a lifetime guarantee. It's just a pretty short lifetime.
Oh, go on, all right.
Go on, why not? You only live once, eh? Yeah, you can smoke in there. It's not like cancer's a worry. Pretty hot in there?
Yeah, I'm feeling slightly claustrophobic.
You're slightly claustrophobic? Yeah, that's the least of your worries. So now basically you've got a tan that's going to work perfectly for this summer. Have yourself a great summer. It'll probably be your last. All right, and the final problem to sort out this week, Craig, is identity theft.
Yes, these days everyone's at risk of having their personal information stolen, and some very high-profile people have been victims. Like, did you see 60 Minutes this week?
I'm Peter Overton.
I'm Liz Hayes.
I'm Tara Brown.
And I'm Liam Barton.
Yeah, you know, it's happening in politics too. Federal police are investigating allegations that this man's identity has been stolen by this man.
It's a huge problem, but thankfully lots of people are trying to fix it. And they all got together recently, and I kid you not, at the 3rd Annual Combating Identity Fraud Summit. Sounds like a great bash.
Oh, yes. So if there's one place in the world, though, that you think you couldn't get away with identity fraud, it should be there. But just to be sure, I decided to drop in.
Our next speaker this morning is Damien McMeekin. He's the Global Head of Security from ANZ. Please welcome Damien to the stage.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Damien McMeekin, and I'm Global Head of Security for ANZ. Today I'll be talking to you about identity fraud's part in larger crime.
Now, I'm sure many of you here have seen the Steven Spielberg movie, Catch Me If You Can. Well, things have changed quite a bit since the 1960s. Thankfully, we are far less gullible these days. And the lone fraudster is increasingly being replaced by far more sophisticated crime syndicates. Sorry, mate, would you mind just sitting down? Sorry? I'm just trying to do my speech here.
You're doing well.
OK, thank you very much. Who is this man, by the way? No. Can we get security here? Can we get rid of this guy, please?
I'm sorry, Adam.
Sorry?
I'm afraid you're going to have to head out.
Why's that?
This is the real name.
No, this man's an imposter. He doesn't know anything. What's your wife's name, mate? See? He doesn't even know the basics of his biography. This man is a fraud, ladies and gentlemen, and you should not be listening to him about identity fraud. It is a very difficult crime to perpetrate. Now, I've got about 50 minutes to go here. Is that all right?
No, I'm afraid the other Damien is far more handsome, so we're going to have him speaking in your style.
All right, OK. I'm not happy about this. All right. Thank you very much.
I think you had a lot more to say than I do. Trust is absolutely essential to the business of banking.
My great-grandfather died this week. I couldn't stand him, actually. Nobody could. But as soon as he passed away, everybody went around saying what a top bloke he was, so I'd like to dedicate this song to you, Gramps. He was very hard of hearing, he was dull and domineering, misogynist, cantankerous and vain. He hit the bottle every night, he hit my grandma out of spite, and those stories about his bunions were a pain. But all that's now forgotten once he took his final breath. Yes, even pricks turn into top blokes after death. You don't believe me? Allow me to furnish you with a few examples. Steve Irwin lived in khaki, a cartoon kamikaze who taunted crocs and tots so frequently. And Brocky was some rev head who pumped the air with pure lead, so anti-green he drove into a tree. But all that was forgotten once they took their final breath. Yes, even tools turn into top blokes after death. John Lennon chose the hippie life, he chose some nutbag for a wife, and his songs were never quite as good as Paul's. Jeff Buckley fooled all lovers, just one album, mostly covers, with more wailing than Japan does off our shores. But all that was forgotten once he took his final breath. Yes, even wankers turn into top blokes after death. Princess Di was just a slut for sex when they looked in the car wreck. Her dress was wet with Arab semen stains. Stan Zemanek was a racist jock, a fatso xenophobic cock, whose views were more malignant than his brain. But all that was forgotten once he took his final breath. Yes, even arseholes turn into top blokes after death. It's not how they live that counts, but how we rewrite the book. When it comes to truth, it's best to use restraint. It pays to throw away the facts and have a rose-coloured look. When he dies, Martin Bryant will look a saint. Don Bradman was a total farce, a grumpy, greedy, tight ass who couldn't even score one run last time he played. Kerry Packer was a brothel chief, a tax cheat and a kidney thief. And procreating Jamie was the worst mistake he made. But all that was forgotten once he took his final breath. Yes, even turned into top blokes after death. Belinda Emmett was a... Please. Stop being offensive or anything like that. Yes. Remember, all will be forgotten once we take our final breath. Yes, even pervert motherfuckers, even rampant child abusers, even local Baghdad looters, even baby bunny rooters, even reckless drunken drivers, even rodent sperm imbibers, even violent poofter bashers, even public penis flashers, even rotting corpse molesters, even human piss ingesters, even tiny kitten kickers, even anal finger lickers, even Anna Bloody Corrin, yes, even she, who will be a top bloke after death.
Thank you very much, Andrew. That brings us to the end of the war for another week, and be sure to check out the podcast of Tonight Show at abc.net.au/chaser.
Yes, and at the same time, you can also download the new Radiohead album, In Rainbows. We're offering it on a special pay-what-we-want basis, so it's $200 a copy.
Thank you very much for your company. We'll catch you again next week. Good night.